Greetings, everyone. It is I, the streamer slash video maker that you all know. Some of you love, some of you hate, some of you loathe, and combinations of everything in between, and all possible variations that I haven't even considered. So anyway, here we are tonight. We're here to talk about a couple of things to do with tactics, as well as content, as well as maybe you're wondering, hey Umbra, where's the news? Well, there is no news yet. The next update is not until June 1st for JP, so naturally, we normally only get it a few days ahead of time, and this isn't the days. So yeah, I'm expecting that the news will probably break on Sunday night or Monday night for JP as to whatever character. If you're expecting a big JP live stream, don't. There is no other JP live streams until midway through June, and that probably has something to do with summer characters, if I had to guess. It's probably going to be announcing and talking about the summer characters to some extent. So yeah, no big JP live streams. The next character will be coming June 1st, whoever that is, probably Glassy, but not certain. And we'll find out about it more than likely next week, very early on. Possibly Sunday, but more than likely Monday. All right, next up, just about what's been going on with the building of characters lately. I decided to take the plunge and build my Gafgarian, for better or worse. I'm going to try him out. I'm going to try and make him a full 120. I've seen that some people were able to get him up to 2,000 attack, which is super memey. I saw some people use his new AoE cross, or plus, whatever, and restore like 30,000 HP by hitting 5 incredibly weak units, and that's total meminess. I love it, so I'm going to be trying that in the future. But in the meantime, one of the things right now is that resources are just incredibly thin for me. I've spent a ton of resources in different places and going different ways, and as you can see, we got a new character on my account as well. And between that and vision cards and just resources being stretched very thin, there just isn't that much to go around between all of the characters. I'd really love to build Orlando up. I mean, I haven't even gotten Lightning to 120, who's like one of my current favorite characters to play around with. Oh yeah, there's also this too, which I'm building. So it's just, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of plates in the air right now, so to speak, and as such, I just can't really review things as much as I want to. 13 and tactics back-to-back has been pretty brutal on the amount of resources I even have in my account. And I'm just not interested in spending in the game right now. There's a lot of cool games and a lot of cool stuff in the future that is not this game. So kind of wanting to spend on other things. Sorry, guys. But also not sorry. So, yeah, Landu, Hope, and are on the slow build train, as well as Ramza too, just because don't have enough tactics orbs. So you look at Ramza right now, he's still stuck at 102. From what I've seen from Ramza, he seems pretty good. I haven't really changed my opinion of him. I think he's kind of a cool character. I'm not too terribly sure about Arena yet, but I haven't seen anyone do anything really cool with him in Arena. So I'm just going to say put a pin in it for now. I'm probably going to be trying him in the future when I actually have enough orbs. As for Agrius, stay tuned for an Arena video next week. I'm probably going to do quite a bit of just, or even multiple videos with just an Ice Elemental team, and just what that looks like in Arena, because I think that's really interesting. I'm not sure exactly what that team will look like. I unfortunately don't have Barris. Maybe I'll use Gilgamesh instead. But yeah, just that's kind of the plan for that next week. As for Thunder, you know, Lightning's the highest priority, and Landu's on slow farm, almost at 89, but still a long way to go. And there he shall probably say, my opinion hasn't changed too much on him. I've seen some Orlandos in Arena, and they seem good. Not incredibly amazing, but pretty darn good, even potentially winning against some of my teams. So yeah, I think Orlando is pretty cool. And that brings me to the MRs. Gafgarian seems also really interesting. I think that he might be really good maybe in some kind of limited guild war, because he can be inadvertently pretty tanky because of his master ability that gives him a high amount of defense and spirit, and he has a lot of HP recovery with his new ability. Also, just everything pushing him towards dealing damage is really neat. But just exactly how good that is, don't know yet. Don't know. So yeah. As for Mustadio, there's so many things that kind of go against working for Mustadio for the tactics event. From just the fact that there's way more higher priorities, whether you're trying to build Agrius or Orlando or Ramza, hell, even Delita. But Mustadio is a gotcha character, which means that getting his shards is not easy, and it's way more expensive than it probably should be for an MR character. And they didn't do anything to make getting this character shards really easy. But honestly, his upgrade feels pretty flaccid to me. You know, they didn't do anything really interesting with his status effects. They gave him some range abilities and whatnot, and he just doesn't seem as interesting as someone like Kuri, for example, who has insane range, just absolutely insane, and is a better range class because he's an archer. So yeah, I'm saying that Mustadio is the one that you should probably avoid if you're a fan and you're just going to build him, or you already have him built. Please do, because there's a lacking amount of data for him. But just from the surface to air observations, no, absolutely not, is my final word on it. Next up is just the Red Chocobo. There isn't really too much to talk about. Red Chocobo is a solid Esper for being a lower, cost Esper and for slash and whatnot. And his 3-star is pretty good. He's an 18 agility Esper, which is really up there. And at a lower tier, and the fact that he's a Chocobo, that makes him S tier in my opinion, with, only Odin, Anima, or Chaos Odin, or Bahamut being SSS tier. But this is a great little Esper. I love him. I love him to death. I haven't figured out how I'm going to use my last little bit. Probably more towards slash attack. But he's a great little Esper, and he's kind of fun, and I foresee me using him on different characters, even though we have too many slash Espers. Isn't that great? Next up to talk about is just something that Globalers should probably keep an eye on, and I'm just, because of the speed Ramza card and the Snow Vision card and the Lightning Vision card and the Hope Vision card, I don't have enough resources to really invest into this guy, but this is a card that I think Globalers should maybe potentially think about saving for, just because it has a lot of Dark Killer on it. It's a lower cost card, meaning that in limited guild war it has a ton of potential on light elemental teams. And yeah, I'm not going to say much else than that. I just think it's a really good low-cost vision card that will be useful in some different places, and potentially save up enough to get this vision card. Again, it's an SSR, meaning that its shards are going to be slightly more annoying and aggravating to get, but if you're considering between a Mustadio and this thing, get this Chocobo card. You won't regret it. Probably. And yeah, that brings us to the last thing I want to talk about, and I'm shamelessly and unfortunately going to have to borrow from another YouTuber. So this YouTuber did a actually wonderful video, and it's Pochon, I think is the YouTuber's name. I'll just flash him on here so that you can see his YouTube channel. If you want to go subscribe to him, please support him. He's an absolutely fantastic JP one. But the reason I'm doing it is because in his video, he actually did a 120 Delita video, and I'm not going to steal too much footage from him. If you want to go watch, he does multiple matches with a Dark Elemental team against a Fire Elemental team, including a 120 Delita, and that's really great. But the thing I really want to show off Wow, that was fast. I think he shows it again somewhere. Yeah, this is where what I want to show. I've had a really hard time finding party examples of a 120 Delita, because on my channel I really like to do party comparisons, because you get to see more what the unit stats look like, roughly about what they are capable of getting to with proper equipment and everything. And this is definitely one of those proper equipments. As you can see, they've got 70 faith on him, 97 bravery, about 9,000 HP, 1,500 attack, or 1,500 attack, 100 speed, 4 move, 1 jump, and 27 defense. And with his master ability and his new barrier, he's actually pretty decent. Again, I recommend you checking out this video. Maybe I'll just put the link to this video in the description, and you can go check it out. But yeah, a good look at kind of how stat-wise Delita can get. I still think he's probably going to be a little bit lacking in PvP. From the video that I watched, he definitely has some success, but it still feels like Mont and Classy are carrying him with their AoEs and with their defensive capabilities and how much damage they can potentially absorb. It does feel like they are still the key characters, and Delita is just the odd third one out who kind of has a little bit of problems still with movement and problems with not dealing damage. He's actually a very effective damage dealer, but getting the kills on characters who are really resilient to damage and potentially with heals. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say about Delita. That's basically the update for the tactics characters. I'm gonna go off this weekend, play some more Elden Ring, and see you next week for when the next character is announced and the meta's turned entirely on its head. However, 2 things. While we all expect new Glassy to be ice because memes and dreams, and some combination of those two for this character, I would like to point out that I think if you're following the elemental pattern, we got an Earth Elemental character, and then after that we got Lightning, and Hope was just kind of light element, whatever. And then we got Snow. Theoretically, a wind character is now. Theoretically, if we're going by that. If not, it could be a fire character. And either of those options are going to make people really sad if Glass is the next character and she's one of those elements. Anyway, food for thought. But thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great weekend. And I will see you probably on Sunday for another one of my terrible arena videos. This weekend we'll probably just be fighting tactics characters, because why not? Anyway, see ya.